Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be discussing about marriage, family harmony, and the responsibility of caring for parents. Family has always been one of the strongest social institutions in Indian society. For generations, joint families have provided emotional support, shared responsibilities, financial security, and care for elderly parents. However, changing lifestyles, modern work pressures, personal expectations, and differences in values have gradually altered the traditional family structure. Today, many families face tension after marriage, especially when questions of living arrangements, personal freedom, household duties, and care for aging parents arise. It is important to discuss these matters with balance and maturity. Family disputes should not be viewed through blame alone, because every household has its own circumstances. At the same time, it is equally important to recognize that elderly parents should not be neglected, isolated, or treated as a burden after their children get married. In earlier times, joint families were common, and several generations often lived together under one roof. Such an arrangement required discipline, adjustment, patience, and respect for elders. Everyone in the household had to follow certain boundaries, because individual choices were naturally connected with the well-being and dignity of the larger family. In modern times, nuclear families have become more common. Many couples choose to live separately for reasons such as employment, privacy, financial planning, personal comfort, or compatibility issues within the joint family. In many cases, this arrangement may be practical and peaceful. However, problems arise when separation is caused by ego, manipulation, disrespect, or an unwillingness to take responsibility for elderly parents. Marriage brings new responsibilities, but it should not erase old duties. A son or daughter who gets married does not stop being a child to their parents. Parents spend years raising their children, providing care, education, protection, and emotional support. Therefore, when parents grow old, they deserve dignity, security, and affection. A healthy marriage should encourage balance. A spouse should not be expected to abandon parents, siblings, or family values after marriage. Similarly, a newly married person should not be denied respect, privacy, or emotional space within the family. The foundation of a peaceful household lies in fairness, communication, and mutual respect. Living in a joint family requires maturity from all sides. Elders must avoid unnecessary interference in the private matters of a couple, while the younger generation must respect the dignity, customs, and emotional needs of the family. When boundaries are unclear, conflict often begins. A daughter-in-law entering a new household may need time to adjust. Likewise, the family must also adapt to a new member. Problems become serious when adjustment is replaced by suspicion, disrespect, constant criticism, or deliberate attempts to create division. In such situations, even small misunderstandings can grow into long-term bitterness. Family conflicts often become worse when outsiders interfere without understanding the full situation. Sometimes, relatives from either side may give biased advice, encourage ego, or worsen misunderstandings between the family members. This can damage trust within the marriage and also harm the relationship between parents and children. It is not fair or rational to blame one gender, one relationship, or one side in every case. A mother-in-law, father-in-law, husband, wife, or members from the parental home of either spouse can contribute either positively or negatively to the situation. The real issue is not who belongs to which side, but whether their influence promotes peace, fairness, and responsibility. In some family disputes, legal complaints related to domestic violence, dowry harassment, cruelty, or abuse may arise. These are serious matters and must be handled with care. Genuine victims must receive full protection and justice. At the same time, any false allegation can cause severe emotional, social, and legal damage to innocent family members. Therefore, society must take a balanced view. Neither should genuine suffering be dismissed, nor should false accusations be encouraged. Legal systems, families, and communities must focus on truth, evidence, mediation, where appropriate, and justice for all parties involved. One of the most painful situations in society is when elderly parents are forced into loneliness or neglect despite having children who are capable of caring for them. Old age homes may be necessary in some cases where professional care is required or where parents themselves choose that arrangement. However, abandoning parents due to domestic pressure, selfishness, or convenience reflects a serious failure of family responsibility. Caring for parents does not always mean living in the same house. It means ensuring that they are safe, respected, emotionally supported, financially secure, and not made to feel unwanted. A married person must learn to balance duties towards spouse, children, and parents with maturity. Before marriage, individuals should understand that marriage is not only about personal happiness, it is also about responsibility, adjustment, emotional discipline, and respect for two families. A successful marriage does not isolate a person from their roots. Rather, it helps create a healthier and more stable family environment. Couples should openly discuss expectations before and after marriage. Questions such as where to live, how to support parents, how to manage finances, how much involvement relatives should have, and how to maintain privacy should be handled through calm conversation rather than conflict. Family peace cannot be built through domination, blame, or emotional pressure. It requires respect from the couple, maturity from the elders, and fairness from both families. A spouse should not be treated as an outsider, and parents should not be treated as a burden. Both relationships are important, and both require care. The real strength of a family is tested not during times of comfort, but during times of adjustment. A responsible person should protect the dignity of their spouse, while also honoring the sacrifices of their parents. When communication, compassion, and duty come together, families remain united even in changing times. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it. Subscribe to my channel for more content on relationships and family, social issues and empowerment, mental health and personal growth, and a variety of other topics.